It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and we're proud to bring you another edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley in monophonic sound and high definition. I am Dan Kuntz. 28th day of April, 2026. The Washington State Apple Blossom Festival continues unabated. More activities going on. There's more entertainment in the park than there has been in years past. On weekdays, they would have entertainment during the noon hour when a lot of people would do their lunch at the food fair, and then they would have very little entertainment or none at all in the afternoon hours, and would pick up again in the late afternoon, early evening hours. But no, they're doing it pretty much from 12 noon all the way through until they throw everybody out. And I like that. It gives a lot of local talent a chance to shine a little bit. What do we have for you today? Well, you can see the high overcast. Yesterday we had 71, which was not in the forecast. We were supposed to hit about 66 or 67. We actually got up to 71 yesterday here in the Wenatchee Valley. We're not going to be that warm today because we're going to have the sun will be a little more filtered with some clouds. So this is just a little bitty blip, and that's about it. It's going to be very nice for not only the Class C Chassis Parade on Friday night, but the Stimmel Growers Grand Parade. Complete forecast details are coming up. We got a lot of news to get to. In sports, the weather in the Twin Cities yesterday was just awful. They didn't even think they were going to get the game in. It was raining pretty good. They did get the game in. The Mariners probably wish they hadn't. The Mariners' 4-game winning streak came to an end. Pretty sloppy game. The players looked very uncomfortable. You'll see that when we show highlights. We'll preview the prep action as well. And this is something that they used to do at the Wenatchee Valley College for a number of years. The last time they did this was in 2019, and then they stopped doing it because of COVID, but the Student Senate at Wenatchee Valley College wanted to bring this back. Next week, you can actually fish for fish and probably catch fish in the fountain in the middle of the campus at Wenatchee Valley College. I kid you not. They're going to drain it, they're going to scrub it out, they're going to fill it full of different kind of water that doesn't have any chemicals in it, and then they're going to put fish in it, and you can go fishing in the fountain. Lupe Brito is from the Wenatchee Valley College Foundation. She's been on this show many times, and Roberto Villa will join me. Roberto is the student services guy there. Nice guy, too. Great conversation. You're going to like that. It's tour time. Let's go. What do we have for you? This is what we have. There are the high clouds that you see to the north of us. Seeping down just a little bit from Canada. It's still very low relative humidity, but it's a very pleasant morning. It's 48. Yesterday we got down to 44, so it's a warmer start. But as I mentioned before, the sun is going to be filtered a little bit. It's not going to be beating down. It's going to have to do battle with a few clouds off and on throughout the course of the day today as we look out over the Wenatchee area, the Wenatchee Valley, from our cross camera. There is Stein Hill, looking out over Cashmere. The fairgrounds plainly in view. There's the Mount Cashmere Golf Course. Can't miss that. Good morning to Cashmere. Sunrise this morning, by the way, was at 5:49. Sunset tonight, and we can safely say tonight now, 8:09. That's 14 hours and 20 minutes of daylight. Today will be 3 minutes longer than yesterday. The placid Lake Aniat. Of course, that's what happens when you put in a dam. The reservoir becomes a lake, which is why the Columbia River is basically a whole bunch of reservoirs now. It doesn't really do a lot of flowing like it used to be from the Orondo Rock camera. Still snow up in Mission Ridge. That'll be the case for quite some time anyway. And let's head on up to McNeil Canyon. There are the high clouds up Chelan Way. Beautiful view there. The bathtub will be filling up as it progresses. The Lake Chelan was not all the way to full at Memorial Day weekend last year. It was about a week after that. Of course, Memorial Day weekend this year is earlier than it normally would be. It's still the fourth Monday in May, but the fourth Monday in May comes early this year, so it might not be all the way to the top for Memorial Day weekend, the traditional beginning of the tourist season and the recreation season of Lake Chelan Way. It's Tuesday. Climate Prediction Center. Yikes, take a look at that. This is Sunday through Thursday, the long-term forecast. And get ready for dry and warm weather. The Pacific Northwest just jumps right out at you. We have, what, a 90% chance of seeing above normal temperatures and below normal precipitation. The real warm-up is going to begin Wednesday. By Thursday and Friday, you're going to have to get acclimated to some pretty warm temperatures. We're going to be in the mid-80s by Monday of next week, and all of next week looks very, very warm. There's a big ridge of high pressure that's going to move in, and it's going to sit down on the couch, and it ain't going to move. So get ready for some pretty warm weather. From our friends at Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, we're Comfort Care and Community come together. Partly sunny today. Yep, going to be about half clouds, half sun. That's why we're only going to get to 67 after yesterday's 71. Little breeze late in the afternoon into the early evening hours. I'm not, we're talking 10 miles an hour, but it's enough to mention. 45 for the overnight low. Just a few clouds Wednesday morning. They're not going to last. High pressure will be back at the high of 72. And then the high pressure system I was talking about really will establish itself by Friday, which is why we're going to get up to 77 degrees for classy chassis. The ridge will move eastward over the weekend. So it might bring a couple of clouds with us on Saturday, but for the Stem Growers Grand Parade, no complaints at all. High of 76, and then we really get cooking, 83 to 85. It's going to be an early blast of summertime by the time we get to early next week. And of course, coming up on Friday, it's May. We're almost done with April. But we're not done with the news. In fact, this program's just getting going. Come right back in 2 minutes, and I'll fill your head full of the information you need. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
When life gets stressful, reaching for a vape might seem like a quick fix, but vaping can actually make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. Each time you vape, nicotine tricks your brain into feeling rewarded. And the more you vape, the more nicotine receptors your brain creates. Over time, your body needs more and more nicotine to feel good. And when you can't get enough, you can experience withdrawal symptoms like anxiety, mood swings, and depression. Learn more at chooseyouwa.org.
Click & RV Moses Lake Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it. Or come to the Moses Lake Superstore. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes. The huge RV discount prices are here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee only at Click It RV Moses Lake or clickitrv.com.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
There are some high clouds doing battle with the sun. It's going to be a tug of war for that, folks, for that weather today. High of about 67 degrees, just a couple of clouds overnight tonight, a little breezy and a gradual warming trend. And by this time next week, it's going to be downright hot. It's 9 minutes after the hour. A 53-year-old man being held in custody in the Chelan County Jail has died in that jail. Officials at the Chelan County Regional Justice Center say the man was found unresponsive in his general population cell at about 5:30 on Sunday morning, and he could not be resuscitated by either the jail staff or the responding ambulance crew. He was pronounced dead at 5:46 on Sunday morning. Chelan County Coroner Earl Crow took custody of the body. A review of the incident is going to be carried out by the Wenatchee Police Department. The deceased inmate has not been publicly identified. It's the first reported death in the Chelan County Jail since 2021. That's when 2 inmates died after separate medical emergencies. East Wenatchee police say 2 men were stabbed Sunday night in the 800 block of North Baker Avenue, apparently in the parking lot of an apartment complex. And to our knowledge, as of this morning, the suspect still at large. One man was stabbed twice in the lower back. Another man, his brother-in-law, was stabbed in the arm. Both men treated at Confluence Health Hospital. The suspect was identified by police as Enrique Torres, who allegedly stabbed the first victim, stabbed the second victim when he came out to help his brother-in-law, and attempted to stab a third person. And as of this morning, police say they have not located Torres or his girlfriend, who was present at the altercation. Torres' 38-year-old mother was arrested on suspicion of complicity to first-degree assault, criminal mischief, and fourth-degree assault. Police say the attack is believed to be gang-related. Well, another Wenatchee Valley city will go without banners that typically adorn the streets for Pride Month each June. In their place, a local chapter of the conservative advocacy group Turning Point USA successfully applied to provide banners for display. The banners will say America's Family Month. The Wenatchee City Council instituted a new banner process back in March, creating new requirements for nonprofits to hang their banners on city light poles. NCW Equity Alliance, that was the local nonprofit that supplies the Pride banners, hit a snag in the application process, and the Turning Point chapter, which is associated with Grace City Church's Vector Academy, they applied for banner displays a little over 24 hours later. The East Wenatchee City Council in March, they also shut out all banners to avoid legal liability. At Thursday's Wenatchee City Council meeting, residents spoke out against the banner decision.
Pride Month is so important, and changing course in this radical way is received as a bold-faced dismissal of the unique needs and gifts of the marginalized community. First come, first serve is a poor basis for a decision when it overlooks an application in process. Consequently, your decision, or the decision of the city, smacks of preferential treatment. Choosing to hang banners that express the narrow bias of one local church over broader, more inclusive Pride banners certainly does not represent the values of our diverse community.
The people who are currently pushing this new Family Month are doing so with one single intention. It is to replace Pride Month. Do not insult our intelligence. This is what it is being designed for and being pushed nationwide. This political gambit is an insult wrapped in a flag and a smile. It's an insult to us all, gay and straight. It is rejection of diversity that makes our community great. Please let that sink in. I don't think it's reasonable to expect us to believe that this recent replacement occurred on accident, that it was a paperwork snafu, a bureaucratic shuffling. I find it hard to believe that this was not known in advance by someone in the offices.
The city's decision to replace the rainbow banners in the way that they have is a disgrace. It's not too late to fix it. Thank you for your time.
As the snow continues to melt in the high country and recreationists start hitting the trails in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest, local Forest Service staff are still assessing the damage from the December storms. High winds and flooding knocked down trees and created washouts on popular trails, including the Lakeshore Trail along Lake Chelan. It's a very popular route on the lake's north shore. It was severely damaged at Hunts Creek. A lot of it was simply washed away. Repairs will start this month, but hikers will need to use a combination of trails and ferry stops if they plan on getting all the way to Stehekin. Anyone planning a trip is urged to consult the National Forest website to help save frustration on your hike. You can do that through the QR code you see on your screen. And there's a lot of hope for Serve Wenatchee Valley's annual meeting. That's tomorrow. The organization will announce its plans tomorrow for its future headquarters and the location of its food bank. The meeting is tomorrow at noon at the Columbia Grove Covenant Church in East Wenatchee. Of course, back in October, a waterline flood destroyed Serve Wenatchee's office downtown and the Fresh Hope Market, too. And of course, my good friend, Executive Director Mike Malman, sat down on this very program to discuss the organization's efforts to regroup.
We are going to be announcing our plans for the future. As you know, October 7th, we had a major flood. We've been in a wonderful temporary location in East Wenatchee that has presented some challenges to much of our clientele that struggles to maybe get to us now. A lot of our folks walk.
And they can't go over the pedestrian pipeline bridge right now because of the construction.
Correct. And the big news is going to be where we're going. We're about ready to announce that. We are looking at a larger space. We're looking at potential for expanding services. This is something that we realize guys. One of the things that might surprise people, that even though we were closed for 3 weeks because of a flood before we relocated last year, we actually had our largest food distribution year ever, even being closed for 3 weeks.
Well, I think once the word got out about what happened back on October 7th, people said, they help us out, let's give Mike and his crew a hand, and people really rallied around that.
They did, and so we distributed the most food we've ever distributed to people who are struggling. Our rental deposit assistance program, which is brand new for families that can afford rent but not the upfront costs. We helped 20 families last year. That was 28 adults, 38 children in permanent safe housing because of that program.
That is the news on this Tuesday. It'll be another busy day in the newsroom, but we have people who know what they're doing. I am not among them. The news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on the traditional airing on television, but we're also on Roku if you have that. We're on the Amazon Fire thing if you have that. We got the Apple TV Plus. We stream. We have X. We have Facebook. We got a lot of things. We have a QR code, we have an app, we have an email address, news@ncwlife.com. I'm running out of things that we don't have, but they might be buying something as we speak. Mariners, sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
We've all dreamt of moving somewhere new. But what are home prices like? How are the schools? What are the state income taxes? And how's the weather? For all your questions, the Coldwell Banker Move Meter has answers. It's the only tool that lets you compare cities by cost and quality of living, so you can get a better idea of what your dream looks like and start making it come true. The Move Meter, only from Coldwell Banker. Live well with Coldwell.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Sports are just about 19 minutes after the hour. The Mariners' 4-game winning streak came to a halt. It was a cold, raw, rainy night in Minneapolis, and the Twins beat the Mariners. The final was 11-4. Luis Castillo is struggling. He gave up 7 runs on 7 hits and 5 innings of work. His ERA for the season right now is at 8.06. Here are the Mariners' 4 runs and post-game comments from manager Dan Wilson.
This guy just threw a perfect game, and there was no sweat in his hat.
This finds center field off Garver's bat. Arozarena comes around, and he scores. So the Mariners chipping away at things here in the 5th. They get their first run across. It's an RBI base hit by Mitch Garver.
Slicing foul. Tristan Gray, does he have a play? He does, near the tarp, and he hung onto it. Will fire towards the plate, and it's missed by Jeffers as it ricochets off the screen. So Crawford scores to second Garver. Gray made a great play.
It's like, you know, these guys, it is a business.
Wow, that ball punished out to right field. Cal Raleigh has homered in back-to-back games as this finds the gate out there. Number 7, if you didn't know, for Cal Raleigh. That cleared everything in right field.
It's like a car out there in right field, and I was afraid it was going to hit the windshield of that.
I thought the guys put up some much better at bats towards the end of the ball game, and you know, we just weren't able to get enough going tonight consistently, and you know, they weren't missing early in the ball game, and were able to capitalize on some of their traffic. You know, the big blow was the homer, I think, and that was kind of the tough one. But I was really glad to see him go back out there in the 5th inning and you know, get us that 5th inning, and I think that was an inning that he can really, you know, build on from there, and he finished strong. I mean, I think, you know, he's thinking double all the way, and you know, the right fielder, you know, played it off that wall about as well as you can play it, and you know, Randy was safe, but his foot kind of bounced up off the bag, and that's, you know, that's a tough break on that kind of a play. But you know, I think that's you know, he's thinking second out of the box, no question.
Hopefully the weather will be better this afternoon for Game 2 of their series. Same time, 4:40. That'll be the first pitch. Logan Gilbert gets the nod for the Mariners. Well, if you're going to lose, you want the other teams in your division to lose, and that's what happened. As we take a look at the American League West scoreboard, there's the Mariners lost to the Twins, but the Angels lost by a run to the White Sox, and my Yankees doubled up the Rangers. A lot of prep soccer today on the pitch. Starts at 4 o'clock, goes all the way until about 9 o'clock tonight, depending on where you plan on going and who you want to see. Tenasca will be at Orville at 4 o'clock, same time for Bridgeport hosting Brewster 1/2 hour later. Liberty Bell has Chelan coming up to Winthrop. Omak will host Cascade at 5 o'clock. At 6 o'clock tonight, Kashmir has Highland. At 6 o'clock tonight, Manson welcomes Okanagan, and Freda travels to Grandview. At 6 o'clock, a big one for Eastmont. They'll be down in Yakima to take on Davis at 7 o'clock. The winner will be in a tie, at least for a tie for first place in the Columbia Basin Big Nine. And Wenatchee's right there, too. And we have a big one. The Moses Lake Mavericks in town to take on the Wenatchee Panthers. Leave off the field at the Apple Bowl. We will be there. We'll have it for you live. We got Matt Wisen out of retirement. So Matt Wisen and Daryl Geddes with the call. We'll take to the air about 6:45. The match will start at 7 o'clock. If you can't make it out, we'll have it for you here. Here's your prep baseball schedule. Kashmir travels down to Wahluke for a doubleheader. First pitch, first game at 3 o'clock. At an hour later, it is Eisenhower welcoming Eastmont for a single game. And then at 4:30, Liberty Bell will host Brewster. Manson travels to Okanagan. At 5 o'clock tonight at Historic Recreation Park, Davis will take on the Wenatchee Panthers. West Valley will be at Moses Lake at 5 o'clock. And Quincy at Ephrata on the Diamond at 6 o'clock. Prep softball, there were some games. Kashmir swept Wahluke, no real issues there. Take a look. The Bulldogs over Wahluke in Game 1, 17-2, and in Game 2, 19-3. Moses Lake played a non-leaguer against Cheney and knocked him off 9-0. Cascade 10-run to Liberty Bell 12-2. And Manson got by Bridgeport 12-6 in prep softball. And here's the schedule for today. A couple of doubleheaders of note. At 3 o'clock, it is Manson hosting Okanagan. In a doubleheader, a half hour later, it's Quincy hosting Sela. Wilbur, Creston, Keller, Simon, and Garfunkel will be taking on Waterville, Mansfield, Hall & Oates. That's at 3:30. 4 o'clock, it's Lake Roosevelt and Omak. Bridgeport at Tenasket at 4. 4:30, Cascade welcomes Chelan. And Wenatchee will be in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato, to take on the Cadets. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 23 minutes after the hour. Today is National Great Poetry Reading Day. If there's a bad poetry reading day, I could not find it. It's National Blueberry Pie Day. It's Save the Frogs Day. It's National Cubicle Day. Why there would be an obscure holiday for people in working cubicles, I don't know. But today, the 28th day of April, is National Superhero Day. Today, I think everybody has a favorite superhero, either as a kid or contemporary. And a superhero doesn't have to be like a comic book character. It could be somebody who does everyday tasks that should be recognized as a superhero. Basically, it's either Marvel Comics or DC Comics. They pretty much have the stranglehold in the superhero genre. For Marvel Comics, it's Spider-Man, Thor, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, the Black Widow. They're all Marvel comic characters. And then you have DC Comics, who's got the big one, Superman, but Batman too, and Wonder Woman. The first superhero was The Phantom, 1936, and it wasn't a comic book. It was printed in newspapers, and eventually it would become a comic book, but he was the first superhero. Do you have a favorite superhero? I do. Mine is, of course, Underdog. You know, the shoeshine boy who then goes into the phone booth and becomes underdog and saves Sweet Polly Purebred, who always seems to get into trouble for reasons I don't know. Happy National Superhero Day today. It's 25 minutes after the hour. All right, it's another one of those Guess That State Flag. Way too busy for me. They're very fond of it in this state. I don't think much of it. There's a lot of history there. Guess the state flag. I'll give you a few more seconds here. Do, 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 do. Oh, I can't do the Jeopardy theme. We have to pay royalties. Happy birthday to Maryland. Maryland is 238 years old today. It was the 7th state to ratify the Constitution. Did so on April 28, 1788. The Old Line State is what its nickname is. Maryland has the highest median income per household than any state in the Union. A lot of people live in Maryland, but they work in either Arlington or Washington, D.C., so they make a lot of money there. Baltimore is the largest independent city in this country. Baltimore does not sit within the confines of a county. It's its own jurisdiction, makes them the biggest. The official state sport of Maryland, are you ready for this? Jousting. Jousting is the state sport of Maryland. And finally, just a couple of years ago, the Maryland State Legislature finally got rid of the state song that they adopted in 1939. It was called Maryland, My Maryland, and it was sung to the tune of O Tannenbaum. The state song, again, adopted in 1939, was written by a Confederate sympathizer during the Civil War, and the entire song, the lyrics, bashes Abraham Lincoln. It bashes, it calls Lincoln, this is the lyrics of the state song. Lincoln was a tyrant, Union soldiers were scum, and they adopted this as their state anthem in 1939, not like in 1860. They finally, just a couple of years ago, they finally decided they could do better than a state song. Happy birthday to Maryland, 238 years old today. 1 year later, 237 years ago, the mutiny on the Bounty. Fletcher Christian said, enough of this. We'd like it in Tahiti, and we don't like Captain William Bligh, and so they set Bligh and 18 sailors adrift. What had happened was, in the winter previous, they had a 5-month layover, the sailors did, on the Bounty in Tahiti. 5 months in Tahiti. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed what Tahiti had to offer. Women is what I'm saying. And they pretty much decided they don't like the discipline of being on a boat anymore. And when William Bligh, he was kind of a jerk anyway, but a great navigator, tried to pull the whip down, Fletcher Christian said, nah. The most amazing thing about this is William Bligh and 18 other sailors on that little bitty boat traveled thousands of nautical miles because William Bligh was really good to safety. Of course, the descendants of Fletcher Christian are still around. They still live in the general area of Tahiti. Tahiti will do that to you. 59 years ago today, well, of course, Muhammad Ali had an interesting profession. He was paid professionally to beat people up. That's what he did for a living. He was a boxer. He beat people up. But he didn't want to go to Vietnam. He said, I'll beat people up, but I don't want to kill them. And on this date, he refused induction into the Army because he was a member of the Nation of Islam, and their religion forbids war of any kind unless declared by Muhammad himself. He refused to step forward, and Muhammad Ali was stripped of his boxing title and his championship. His license. He couldn't box for 5 years. He fought it. He never did go to jail. He eventually got out of that. But yeah, strange stuff. It was 59 years ago today. And this is not supposed to happen. This is not supposed to happen. I'll show you the video, and then I'll tell you what happened. But it happened near Maui, Hawaii, on this date 38 years ago today. Take a look.
Around 2 in the afternoon on April 28, 1988, Aloha Airlines Flight 243 makes an emergency landing at Kahului Airport on Maui.
What really got us was people strapped in the seats, not moving. They're just arms dangling in the air, hair flying in the wind.
The top of the Boeing 737 peeled back like a canned good, turning the plane into a convertible. The plane had left Hilo and was heading to Honolulu when about 20 minutes into the flight, There was what sounded like an explosion. Flight attendant Clarabelle C.B. Lansing was sucked out of the plane. She had been with Aloha Airlines for 37 years. The plane landed at Kahului Airport about 10 minutes later. 60 people were taken to the hospital. Lansing's body was never recovered. The other 4 crew members survived, as well as all of the 89 passengers, thanks to Captain Bob Schornsteimer and First Officer Mimi Tompkins.
The way the plane was and the way he landed it was so perfect that if it's one mistake, the thing could have just broke right in half.
Mostly skill and partly luck, a major disaster averted. Certainly a day people in Hawaii won't ever forget.
It was a regular commuter flight. It did this like 10 times a day. Hilo, Honolulu, empty. Honolulu, Hilo, empty. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But over the years, the constant pressurization and depressurization weakened the fuselage, and there were cracks. There were cracks in the fuselage that they just didn't notice. And finally, something had to give, and it did on this date in 1988. Let's do some birthdays. The 5th President of the United States, James Monroe, born in the state in 1758, of course, the Monroe Doctrine. Attention, all of Europe, we'll take care of the Western Hemisphere. You don't need to come on over here and get involved in our politics. We got it. We're going to take care of that. The Monroe Doctrine. He was the last president who served in the Revolutionary War. He was the last president never to be photographed. The only president besides George Washington to run unopposed. One of his great political assets for a lot of people and contemporaries of James Monroe is that he looked a lot like George Washington. He was a dead ringer for George Washington. James Monroe, he had a wife and 2 daughters. They were considered absolutely stunningly beautiful. They were elegant. They put on airs. They were snobs, and they spent all of Dad's money, like all of it. James Monroe, basically, about a month before James Monroe died, James Monroe was broke. And so Congress appropriated $30,000, just gave it to James Monroe, so when he died, the headlines wouldn't say the 5th President of the United States died and he didn't have any money. A lot of our early revolutionary folks, our founding fathers, weren't really good with cash. James Monroe was one of them. Of course, Thomas Jefferson also all but died broke. James Madison, born in the state in 1758. Anne Margaret, the great entertainer. That's Anne Margaret. Make sure you get it right. 85 years old today, born in Sweden. Her dad wanted to take the family to America, to immigrate to America. So he went ahead. Anne Margaret and her mom stayed behind in Sweden. And then a few years later, they left Sweden and went to the United States. And when they got to New York City, the first thing that Dad did the day they arrived from Stockholm is that he took Anne Margaret to Radio City Music Hall, and she watched the show. She was 4 years old, and she says, "I think I know what I want to do." That's when you find your calling at 4 years old, that's impressive. Anne Margaret is 85 years old today. He took over for Johnny Carson as host of The Tonight Show in 1992, and then he left the show in 2009. Conan O'Brien took over. NBC executives didn't like that. So for 3 months, Jay Leno hosted The Jay Leno Show, if you remember that. Then he went back to hosting The Tonight Show for 4 more years, and then he finally retired. Jay Leno is 76 years old today, and yes, he owns approximately 181 cars and 160 motorcycles. I'm no expert, but that's a lot. And John Daly is 60 years old today, burst on the golfing scene, on the sports scene in 1991 by winning the PGA Championship as the last golfer in the field and the 1995 Open Championship. John Daly is 60 years old today and still a fan favorite. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor. Did you see the long-term forecast? We're talking mid-80s, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Is your air conditioner ready to cool your house? If it's not too late to get a little tune-up. Have it checked. You don't want to break it down when it's 95 degrees, folks. Have Alpine Air go out and give your HVAC system a look-see. They know what they're doing. Mike Benatti's got an opinion, the contents of which I forgot. But we'll have that for you coming up. And then my conversation with Lupe and Roberto. This is pretty cool. I'm glad they brought this back. next weekend, you can go to the campus of Wenatchee Valley College and fish in the fountain. Other stuff, too. That conversation when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life channel.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I'm a cigar smoker, so I thought that I'd share a little cigar trivia. In the 1960s, President John F. Kennedy, remember him? He increased trade embargoes on Cuba, restricting the import of Cuban goods into the United States. However, Kennedy had told his press secretary, Pierre Salinger, to secure a large quantity of Kennedy's favorite Cuban cigars, the H. Upmann Petite Upmanns, and to do so as soon as possible. Salinger was able to obtain 1,200 of these cigars just hours before the embargo was officially signed. Hey, it must be nice to be the president and be able to do stuff the rest of us can't. So yeah, I know the current guy who's making the most and taking the most advantage of his power isn't the only one who's ever done so. Now, not that this is any excuse. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
High school sports is back. Join us all spring for live coverage of Wenatchee and Eastmont soccer, baseball, and softball. Brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Coverage also sponsored by Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf and Grill, Apple Valley Honda, Sangster Motors, Valley Tractor, Save Mart, Caldwell Banker, Biosports Physical Therapy, and Dick's Heating and Air. Your home for high school sports, as always, is the NCW Life Channel.
We are back on the beautiful campus of Wenatchee Valley College. From a personal standpoint, I got to tell you, when you go out and you go fishing, you're out in a boat, there's no guarantee you're going to catch any fish. The boat may sink, you may fall over. It could be, you may get bit by mosquitoes, you can get a sunburn, all kinds of bad things can happen when you go fishing. Or you can just stick your pole in the water here and catch a fish or two. This is a cool event. It's going to be happening for the first time in, 6-7 years, pre-COVID anyway, right here on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. Lupe, introduce your friend first of all.
Hi, well, thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me back. I'm Lupe. I'm the development director for the foundation, and this is Rob. He is with Student Life.
How did Bob get, first of all?
Rob.
Yeah, that's what I said. First of all, thanks for dressing up for the interview. I got the email from Sam a couple of days ago, Sam Vetters from the foundation, and she threw this idea at me. This is what we're doing. What do you think? And I said, sounds pretty good to me. Why are we here, Lupe, and what's going to be happening here on the special day?
Yes, so on Friday, May 8th, the WVC Alumni Network, a program of the WVC Foundation, will be hosting the Knights Fishing Derby. It's open to alum, and of course the community is also welcome to come and join us from 4:30 to 8 p.m. We'll have 350 fish in the fountain. We'll have a beer garden. We'll have a taco vendor. So Todo Rico will be on campus, and we'll also have Cascade Fisheries at the gutting station. So yeah, just a lot of fun for everyone.
When Microsoft was approached to help sponsor this, so they go, are you people nuts?
So Microsoft generously sponsored the event last year, which was Alumni Week, and they were generous enough to sponsor another day, Alumni Day, and then the fishing derby came to be. So
you're an alumnus, right?
Yes, I am an alumni here at Wenatchee Valley College.
What year did you graduate, and what did you?
I actually graduated back in 2016, so about 10 years ago. I graduated with my associates in arts and sciences. And now I'm working here at Wenatchee Valley College as the Student Leadership and Engagement Coordinator.
Was Wenatchee Valley College something that, I mean, it kind of fell into your lap, or it was like, I need some skills, and I think the college is going to be the place to give me the skills I need?
Yeah, it was actually one of my friends who's like, hey, you can further your education, you know? And at one point, back in my earlier days, I was just like, oh, he's wrong. But he actually convinced me to come here, and I've been with it ever since. And I've been learning along the ways as a student and as a staff member here.
And one way or another in your job, you interact with almost every student one way or the other who steps foot on this campus. Talk about that.
That's correct. Yeah, when students come in here, they go to my office, the Student Life office, to get their student ID card. I can point them around if they're looking for their classrooms. I also assist with the Lost and Found, campus tours, and also just questions about the rec center. Just basically almost everything on campus. Almost. Not everything, but almost.
How did you get winged into this event?
Yeah, so back when I was a student here, I was part of the student government, ASWC Student Senate, and we actually hosted the event during those times, and it was a lot of fun. And now being, 6 to 7 years that we haven't had it, it's going to be great bringing it back with the alumni. The ASWC Student Senate now is hosting it on May 7th, and then the alumni one is May 8th, the following day. And same thing, we won't have beer garden or food. but we will have the gutting station. We will have the allied health departments here that will just kind of talk to students and let them know about resources in the community.
Yeah. And people, and Lupe will tell you this, of course, because we've been dealing with the Wenatchee Valley College Foundation for a long time. Had a great conversation with Clint and Bertha, I believe it was,
Yes.
a couple of weeks ago about the rather urgent need, the fundraising drive that's going on right now for students, which I suppose is going pretty good.
Yes.
Give me an update on that, on the Knights Care thing.
The spring appeal is coming along for the Knights Care Fund. We still have a whole month to go, so the month of May, it does end on May 31st, but the giving doesn't stop then, right? You can give at any time. We are just helping fundraise for the Knights Care Fund, which is a fund that doesn't have consistent permanent funding, and we want to ensure that students get the need when they need it. We want to meet students where they're at and make sure that they can continue their education.
Do you feel a little bit pressure in your job because you're like the first person that the college students are really going to be interacting with, right? Mm-hmm. As they begin their college experience, you're like the gatekeeper in a lot of respects. So you have to make them feel comfortable and understand what they're about ready to go through, whether they're coming for a quarter or coming for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I try to make it the best place ever. Just how when I was here as a student, just giving back to the community and to students, just like they did to me.
Where are the fish coming from?
They're coming from a fish farm up in Lacey. I think it's called Nisqually.
Okay.
But from up there from Lacey.
What kind of fish, do we know?
Yes, we have rainbow trout, so we will have like 350 of them coming on both days.
That's good eating. So 350 for the Thursday night event, and that's for alumni, right?
The
Thursday one is for the ASWBC Senate, and for the alumni is May 8th. But yeah, we will have 350 for each, so 700 in total.
Yeah.
So do you need to get here early I mean, what happens when you run out of fish?
We don't anticipate running out of fish,
okay.
But yeah, I mean, I would say our event starts at 10 a.m. and we'll go to 2 p.m.
And when you catch a fish, you don't have to worry about gutting it and cleaning it because you're going to have a station.
Mm-hmm. We will have stations.
And you're going to be doing that, Lupe? Are you good with the knife?
I'll be at the check-in table, handing out the fishing poles.
Well, I'm glad this is back. And who's kidding who? It's a novel idea. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's backed by popular demand, and I will say it wouldn't have been possible without the support of our presenting sponsor, but also our campus partners, Rob and Iris from Student Life. Yeah, we pitched this idea like, hey, what about Fishing Derby? People want to see it come back. And they said, Student Senate is on board. Let's do it. Let's do a Thursday event, and then you guys can do a Friday event. And then Saturday, we have the main event on campus as well. So it's almost like, come join Wenatchee Valley College for the weekend, right? Let's get it started on Thursday.
We've said this before, whether you go to Wenatchee Valley College or not, if you live in the North Central Washington area, you're getting something out of Wenatchee Valley College without even forking over a dime for tuition. And it's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So it's good. Have a good time in Mexico, by the way.
Will do.
I'm kind of jealous on that. Dates and times for all the stuff that people need to know, the pertinent information.
Kick us off,
Lupe,
Rob.
you want to take it?
Yeah, so for the ASWC Student Senate Fishing Derby, will be May 7th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and right out here in our fountain.
And then for the alumni event, the Knights Fishing Derby, it will be Friday from 4:30 to 8 p.m. here at the WVC campus. It's alumni focused, but anyone in the community can come out and join us for some fun.
And there'll be a beer garden, so bring a little money for that.
Beer garden,
tacos.
Todo Rico will be on campus with tacos, so bring money for that as well. Yeah, and some lawn games.
It sounds like regular fishing, just without the boat. You know, see, you got your beer, you got your food. I think we got it covered, you know.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you RSVP, you get entered for a chance to win 4 tickets to Slide Waters.
Oh.
So let us know you're coming ahead of time.
Go to the college's website. By the way, the brand new website is fantabulous. I like it. Super easy to navigate. I found this event in about 3 clicks, which for me, because I'm very adult-minded, is a small miracle in and of itself. So. It's good to see you again, Lupe.
Yeah, good to see you too,
Last
Dan.
item of business when I was here and I was talking to Clint, our interview with Clint a couple of weeks ago. I got one of these. I parked for over 30 minutes over there. I'm sorry, I did. I'm guilty as charged, but I got one of these parking notices because we parked longer than 30 minutes. Can you like make sure this just disappears?
We'll take it to Clint, see what he says.
Okay, we'll take this to Clint, and if it doesn't work, I guess I'll just pay the $31. There you go. Thanks, Lupe. Have fun in Puerto Vallarta.
Will do.
Yeah, and come back.
I will.
You got a job here you got to do.
I do.
Right? You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and today I want to introduce you to Loki. Loki is our 5.5-year-old, we think husky mix. He's certainly got the cute tail. He's our big boy. He's goofy. We've had him for about 8 months now, which is crazy to me because he is one of our easiest, sweetest dogs who is just so genuinely goofy and playful and lovable. And I can't believe we still have him. Especially since we had such a successful Clear the Shelter event this last weekend, which was amazing. It meant so much to all of our staff seeing the little dogs and the cats that we love go home to their forever families. I think our final numbers were 68 cats adopted and 23 dogs. And it really filled our cup. We're gonna be remembering that for the whole next year. It was so amazing, thank you all. But we still have Loki. Yes, we do. So we'd love you to come meet him. Loki is fantastic at tricks. He knows so many. He's so good at sit. He's really good at lay down. He's good at stay even. He can do spin and shake paw. He's so smart. He's so smart and beautiful. Yeah. And he's extremely treat motivated. I didn't even have any good stuff on me today, and he was still doing what I was asking. So I really think that he could learn even more things. Loki's a really big boy. He's about 80 pounds, yes, but he loves going on walks, and I think he'd be a great hiking companion too. He's really active, and he likes to do things with his people. Yes, he does. And I think a nice big yard would be great, but not necessary if you, especially if you love taking your dog on walks. That would be fantastic. We don't know how he is with cats. He does have some best friend dogs here, but as always, we suggest that if you do have a dog, you bring them with you so that the dogs can meet, see if they'll get along right. So if you'd like to come meet our Loki, we are open 12:30 to 6, Thursday through Tuesday, and we would love to introduce you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Loki's a really big, oh God. I took a tongue to the face there. Yeah, it was soft, but I still not great.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
52 degrees here in the Wenatchee Valley. This happens occasionally. We have a little extra time, and people seem to love our PTZ cameras, so we fired them up again. They're coin operated. We have to go up there and put a quarter in them. We get 20 minutes to see what things look like on this Tuesday morning, and they look something like this. Now, Malcolm didn't tell me what cameras he's going to. Obviously, that's the Wenatchee Heights camera. He's had it pointed down towards Rock Island. You can see Highway 28 and the transmission towers in the upper right-hand corner of his screen, and a very good shot of the high clouds that have rolled in, and they're going to be hanging around for most of the day today. So hello to the mighty Columbia looking down towards Rock Island. There's the mighty Columbia going up about 110 miles, give or take. It's been a while, up to where the Methow empties into the mighty Columbia. Alta Lake at the bottom of your screen. Hello, Pateros. Hello, Bridgeport. Hello, Brewster. Right now in Omak, which is the closest weather station that I have access to, 46 degrees up in Omak right now, and looks like they have a few more clouds up there than we have from our Billy Goat camera. It is off to, let me see here, Stamen Flats, Malcolm. Confirmation from Malcolm. That is, of course, Stamen Flats. So hello to a good slice of Orondo in the general Orondo area. Nice view there. You can see Mission Ridge way off into the distance. That's pretty darn impressive. And finally, Nanapoc Ridge. Ooh, we zoomed it in just a little bit. If you want to go snow skiing, looks like there's a little snow on the north side of Dirty Face Mountain. By the way, Dirty Face Mountain is an incredible hike. You got to wait until all the snow melts, but it's a series of switchbacks. It's a great workout. But once you get to the very top of Dirty Face Mountain, it is a stunningly spectacular view, but it is a workout of that. I will tell you, I've done it. Going to take a break and come back and take one more look at your weather forecast. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
We've all dreamt of moving somewhere new. But what are home prices like? How are the schools? What are the state income taxes? And how's the weather? For all your questions, the Coldwell Banker Move Meter has answers. It's the only tool that lets you compare cities by cost and quality of living, so you can get a better idea of what your dream looks like and start making it come true. The Move Meter, only from Coldwell Banker. Live well with Coldwell.
All right, time for my live read for Pool to Spa Services, specifically the Bullfrog Spa. You can upgrade your relaxation with the exclusive Jetpack Therapy System. It's personalized comfort in every seat. Bullfrog Spa at Pool to Spa Services down there, not far from the Pybus Public Market. Let's get right to the weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Unlike yesterday, we had quite a bit of sunshine and a high of 71. We're going to see a few more clouds today. And we're only going to get up to about 67 degrees, but no complaints. It's not going to last very long. A little windy today, a little breezy tonight, no big deal. Sunshine Wednesday, sunshine Thursday, sunshine Friday. High pressure begins to build up on Saturday. It's moving in off the coast. By Sunday, it'll be here. Looks really good weather. Very pleasant weather, not only for the Classy Chassis Parade on Friday night in East Wenatchee, but the big one, Vista Milk Growers Grand Parade on Saturday morning. Thank you, Mother Nature. And that's it for us. Have a good and safe Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.